Hi, this is Martin Espinoza from the Press Democrat, and I'm here at the Election Day headquarters for the North Bay Organizing Project. And I'm going to turn the camera. All right, so this is Annie Dobbs Kramer, and you're the elections...
I'm the voter engagement organizer.
Voter
North
engagement.
Bay Organizing Project.
Okay, and so what do we have here?
So where we are today, we're at the Unitarian Universalist Congregation, which is one of our member institutions, and we are at our Election Day headquarters. So this is the room where we have been doing phone banking. This is where we meet to go poll watching, and just doing all of our Election Day work.
Tell me a little bit about your voter engagement project that started many, many months ago, right?
Yeah. So the voter engagement team of the North Bay Organizing Project, really our work is tying elections and the election cycle to our issues, to issues that are affecting people every day, issues like housing, like education, transportation. So what we try to do is draw down our democracy. It's not really about the presidential election, the way that we engage voters. It's about what matters in your lives, and how can elections improve the issues that are affecting you, improve your lives and improve our community. So we began by targeting 7 precincts in Santa Rosa on the west side, where we knew that there were a high propensity of renters, a lot of students, a lot of folks of color, a lot of young people. And so that's where we went, and we walked door to door for 3 months. I think we did about 45 precinct walks. We printed our newspaper called Regeneration, which we took to every single door. We hit about 4,600 doors in the last 3 months, of which we've had about 1,000 people that we've had multiple contacts with. And I want to also lift up that this is work done by congregations, by union members, by folks that are engaged with MBOP and are doing this work because it's their values, because it's a way for them to live out their values, not because they're necessarily getting a paycheck. So of the 4,600 doors that we hit, about 1,000 people we had multiple contacts with. We think that's really important to follow up many, many times with folks at the door. This is not just a one-off. That's why we call it integrated voter engagement, because it's about building a movement and using the election moment to catalyze that movement and build deeper relationships in our community.
So show me some of the numbers you were showing me earlier about how effective or are people voting.
So this one was really surprising, actually. This is in a wonderful way. This is 5102. This is one of the Roseland precincts. And we had 125 doors, folks that we had targeted who we've had multiple contacts with. And as of about 2 o'clock this afternoon, only 29 of them hadn't voted, which
And
is
how do you
pretty
verify
exciting.
that?
We go poll watch. So we go take our list and we take them to the polling locations and cross off people who have voted.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what else? What's this over here?
These are a poll watch list. So we have a walk list and a poll watch list. So the poll watch list is what we actually take to the polling location. Our walk list is we're going to go after we do our last poll watch at 5 o'clock, and we're going to go and knock on the doors of everyone who hasn't voted yet. So not only are we calling people, but as you may know, there's a lot of bad numbers on the voter rolls. So not only are we calling people, but we're actually going to go knock on their doors and help them get to the polls. That's one of the biggest things that we've been doing, is trying to get people to think about a plan.
What do you tell them when I think you guys referred to that as voter chasing or
Chasing them to the polls.
Chasing,
so
yes.
That's the last contact on election day that people have, and that is an opportunity for us to get to their door and just say, hey, maybe you forgot, but let's get you to the polls. Do you need a ride? Do you need childcare?
Is that like a traditional get out the vote effort?
No, nothing about what we do is traditional.
Yeah?
So this is called integrated voter engagement, so it's actually completely backwards. So we target unlikely voters. The folks that we talk to are people who do not vote.
Oh, wow.
So we target low-income folks, and we also really think about the whole process. So for example, we have canvassers that are going to be going back this weekend to all of these people and inviting them to more meetings, to house parties, to neighborhood gatherings, because the election is just one moment in the work.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're following up way beyond election.
And you did phone banking earlier.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So the phone banking is we got pledged to vote cards from about 350 people when we were at the door. And so the phone banking is where we just follow up, give them a call and say, hey, we know that we were at your door. Thanks so much for pledging to vote. We want to make sure you get to the polls. Do you know where your polling place is? And we really help them think through a plan of how they're going to vote.
All right.
Yeah.
So who else do we have here?
Oh,
Who's
this?
this?
Is Karim Sanchez.
Karim. What's your job?
So I am the youth organizer. I coordinate the student congress.
Mm-hmm.
I work with a team of college interns to develop clubs on high school campuses that we bring them all together once a month through the Student Congress at either Sonoma State or at SRJC.
So in terms of your organizing, has there been anything unique about this election?
All types of organizing, or unique things coming up. I mean, definitely the type of dialogue that youth are having. I mean, I think folks are much more willing to have a political discussion, and certain words be removed from the taboo area, right? So, somebody like Bernie Sanders not too long ago was very popular amongst young people, and so you know, terms like socialism didn't become a dirty word anymore, that we can actually have a discussion around.
Interesting.
Like that. You know, it's just like the amount of hate that we've seen coming out of certain candidates has raised an urgency to do something. You know,
So we didn't get. The Democratic Party did not get Bernie, right? And there was this big concern that maybe the young voter wouldn't turn out. What are you seeing?
Well, I see different. I mean, I mostly work with at the high school age, and I know that even folks that they themselves can't vote because of their legal status, we're very committed to registering other seniors who can vote to vote. You know, and make sure that message that your vote is also my vote. We're all in this together. Was out there.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
So what's the next thing you guys will be doing here?
So I think we're going to be doing some more poll watching. I know there's an agenda up there.
Now, tell me a little bit about poll watching. Are you guys intimidating voters?
No, not at all. We're trying to make them feel welcome. Try to, show the love. And, I haven't done any poll watching myself, but I've been knocking on doors and talking to people out in the community, and I know that especially having someone to come and speak Spanish with them about the political system here, and also having an ear to just hear people's what they want to vent. That's been good, and I think we're bringing love and our issues that they care about. So
Okay.
no intimidation at all.
No intimidation. A little baby just fell out of the. Oh, there's Anna.
Yeah, there. She's here for you.
You're everywhere. You're on Facebook Live here. How you doing?
Hi, I'm
So
good. How are you? I just got
Good.
back from.
So what's happening today?
We're
What have you been up to?
basically doing all kinds of things. We're poll watching.
Did you poll watch today?
Yeah.
What is
just
that?
Got back from that. Basically, we go and compare our list to the list of people who have voted, and we see who we've knocked on their doors. They pledged to vote, and we see if they actually came and voted today.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, does that mean you have to stay at the poll all day, or do you do a sample, or how does that work?
We do it. We're doing it twice today. So we did it at noon, and now we're gonna do it later on today.
Now, conceivably, somebody you might miss people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not about getting it perfect, but it's
Right.
really about having an idea of what the impact that our work is having on the people we're touching.
All right.
So
all
we're
right.
knocking on their door several times. We're calling them. We're building that relationship and engaging with them. And so we're seeing if that is actually coming to fruition.
So how long have you been doing this?
We actually, I was watching a video that we posted on the North Bay Organizing Project's page last night, and we've been actively working in our community in this particular campaign since January.
Since January.
Yeah.
And what have you learned?
Oh, what haven't I learned?
But first, tell me, how old are you?
Oh, I'm really old.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, are you? Can you vote?
I can't vote.
Oh.
I'm not a citizen.
Oh, okay. And but how old are you?
I'm 27.
Okay. So what do you tell people?
I I don't tell them anything. I ask them what's going on in their lives, and then
Oh,
I
okay.
connect that to what's going on in politics. You know, housing is a huge issue in our community, and we have a newspaper where we talk about how we got rent control and rent stabilization, and you know, now that that's been taken away by big money and people who came into our communities and felt entitled to set the standards.
Right, you don't tell people how to vote, but you do it.
No, we
Try to
don't.
give them
But
information.
we connect the issues to the bigger picture.
All right. And how do
So
you feel?
basically, the housing crisis is not just falling out of the sky, right?
Right.
There's a reason why that's happening, and that is that there's systematically something's broken, and so we try to connect that to it.
Okay. And do people listen? Are they interested, or what's?
Well, we're not there to talk to them. They tell us what they're going through. People say, hey, my rent is really high and I can't afford it anymore. I may have to move somewhere else. And we say, well, did you know there's actually a housing crisis happening in Sonoma County? This isn't about you. This is about the bigger community and the bigger issues that are going on.
Okay.
So it's not, you know, a lot of the times I think that people are ashamed of talking about the hardships in their lives, and it's really like being there for them and engaging them and letting them know, like, systematically, there's an issue, and it's not about you, and it's not that you haven't worked hard enough. You know, there are people who worked 3 jobs. It's not that they're not working hard enough, it's that there's a bigger issue that we need to address.
So you guys are not making candidate recommendations?
No, we're
Okay.
not.
All right. So what's next on the agenda for you?
For us today,
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go back out and poll watch and make some more phone calls and go knock on some more doors.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Martin.
Okay. And I guess I'm going to sign off here.